to bring in the Payne's pros. We've got Jim, birthday boy Matt. Happy birthday, Matt. On the fun side, or on the tech side, what do you think, Jim?
That was my only issue, is that they looked like there was apples to oranges. He was talking about technology, but the Ivy actually was really adrift there. I also thought about the Spider. The XLK is one that also would be more of a pure play, but prefer the Vanguard much more than the Ivy.
You're an ETF. They were famous, I think, like 200 airlines went out of business. We had deregulation, and everyone got into business, but then they had these price wars. They killed each other. But let's be honest about this. I'm not a big regulation guy, but the government's looked the other way as all these airlines have crunched down to Scotty's point, Jim, to like 4, and they parked half the fleet. I mean, that's it. They got you over a barrel.
No, there's been consolidation, and if there's even a big wind or a little chill, they can ground planes, crowd the increase seat capacity, or rather fill up the demand on their flights and make more profitable ones.
I got to tell you something. I mean, you talk about an airline that's just, I'm telling you, pretty soon they will have us standing up if the flight's less than 3 hours. That stock's up 500% in the last few years. Would you go with something like that, Jim, or something with just a little bit more empathy for the passenger?
I mean, I'm in Jeff's camp, where I would like to spend a little more to have a little more, but from a stock standpoint, Spirit is actually playing what Heath had talked about. Give them the cheapest to deliver, let them complain about it, but they'll keep coming. JetBlue was my call, and too many people talked about it, but all I'll say, they're headquartered in JFK, New York. They're going to expand into Latin America, the Caribbean, and they can compete with the biggest players by actually moving the discount model. So I'll take JetBlue over Spirit, but don't bet against Spirit right now. People
have you ever flown Spirit?
I stay away from it.
I have in Detroit, and I got to tell you, it is rough. I mean, there's only one time in my life that I was going to die on an airplane. It was over Detroit, Spirit Air.
And also, when they hand you a parachute when you get on, that's a red flag right there, okay?
Pom-poms.
Thumbs down. This is not what Waffle House does. This is not their business. Also, the legal issues, the safety issues, I am short this idea. And look, I've been wrong before, but I hate it.
Well,
no, I think it's a terrible idea. It's an absolutely horrible idea.
Why? Because you have syrup on your packages? Or?
It's just, I mean, when you think about it, most people that go to a Waffle House are not thinking about getting a package. They're either sleeping off a hangover or what, it's just not.
The staff at Waffle House is not prepared to be taking on packages, onboarding packages, having guys coming saying, "Where's my package?" They're not prepared for this. I think it's a great gimmick because to a certain extent we're talking about it.
So me, Scotty, and Heath give it a thumbs up. The other 3 thumbs down. That's because I'm a margins guy. When I see margins go this way, I know stocks can go that way. In this case, margins aren't going that way. Every other part of the business looks good. Would you make allowances for something like that?
I would. I think you highlighted a couple of things. The industry leader fact, I think, is really key. You mentioned the key partners. I was talking about IBM, Dell, we had Cisco. And the one thing you didn't mention, which I know you don't love, but I will tell you, $100 million buyback program just announced. So over the next year and a half or so, they're going to be actually buying back stocks. I think that's a good catalyst for them.